Hello everyone and welcome back to Half-Life. And we are currently in Zen. And by the way, yes, I am aware it's been a really long time since I made one of these videos, but you know, it's not even worth the explanation. You know it's just gonna be that I was busy, so not even gonna mention it. Anyway, we are currently in Zen, the alien world, on our way to defeat the Gatekeeper, that large alien responsible for holding open the portal between Zen and Earth. And last time we had just arrived in Zen, and first we made our way across a huge area with a lot of rotating platforms until eventually we got to the center huge platform that had a teleporter inside of it, which we used to get to here, Gonarch's lair. Gonarch, by the way, being the mother of all the head crabs. And in order to proceed, we had to kill her. So we did. And when she died, she exploded, blowing this hole in the ground and giving way to this portal. And we're going to take this portal to the next, not only area of Zen, but also the next chapter in Zen, Interloper, which is, in my opinion, besides the last chapter, of course, which is the boss battle, the hardest chapter in the entire game. So, let's just go ahead and take the portal and do this. Interloper. And the Gatekeeper just said telepathically to Gordon, "Done, what have you done?" And as soon as we fall off that rock, we're gonna have to use the Magnum to kill a bunch of Vortigaunts on the ground here. And look at the place we're in. Jesus Christ, there are things everywhere. Anyway, like I said, just run around here and kill all the Vortigaunts. Jeez, I'm slow with my reaction times today. And then after you've done that, immediately run down and hide in this cave, because a ton of enemies will spawn outside. Anyway, now that we're in this cave, we're gonna take out the shotgun. Because around the corner here is a Vortigaunt. And now he's dead. And we are going to explore this pit right here in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to go around this corner. Because in here is a huge healing pool. Yeah, you remember healing pools? They're basically just giant pools that heal you whenever you stand in them, which is really cool. And, of course, I'm already back to full health because I didn't need a lot. But I did come in here for another reason, actually. Because over here, in the corner there, is an armor battery. So let's go grab it. Nice. Anyway, now we'll go ahead and go back this way. Crouch jump back on the ledge here. And now we'll go ahead and go down this pit. So I'll take out the crowbar and jump down. And we'll destroy these vines because they're blocking our way. And we enter into this large tunnel. So, let's go ahead and crawl through it. And as you can see, in this tunnel are some familiar looking yellow crystals. Yeah, the same type of yellow crystal that we pushed into the Nexus beam at the beginning of the game that caused this whole catastrophe in the first place. Or maybe it didn't. We don't really know up to this point. Anyway, let's continue on walking through the tunnel. Or crawling, really. And we've come to a new area. But the entrance is blocked by these vines. But don't excuse me, don't bash through them yet with the crowbar, because in this room are some spikes, and if you don't know what you're doing here, you're gonna die. Anyway, what you're gonna do is bash through the vines and immediately run past that room, because as you can see, the spikes will close off the room and the room will be gassed. And then after it opens back up, just do the old strafing trick and kill these head crabs. Strafing trick is in, like, you know, you strafe around them when they jump at you and then you crowbar them to death. Poor little head crabs. I'm okay. Anyway, we'll go ahead and continue on, and we'll go up this ramp. And we come to this room, which has a bunch of barnacles in it. And don't take that branching off path yet, because in there, it's kind of difficult to see, but in there is a bull squid. And if you know anything about me, you know that I absolutely despise with every fiber of my being bull squids. They are gross, they're mean, and they're a pain in the butt to deal with. Sorry, kind of messed up my speech there. So instead of just bull rushing him and him bull rushing you back and you dying, we're gonna take a bit of a stealth route. So we're gonna take out the shotgun, and then crouch jump onto this ledge here, go across this narrow path, and I like to get as close to the wall as I can here, just to avoid him seeing me. Go around this large, thing. Sneak up behind him and double barrel blast him. Show no mercy when dealing with bull squids. Anyway, now we'll go back down the path that we originally saw him from and enter back into the room we were in. And now, just for fun, we'll go ahead and kill all the barnacles in here. First one's dead. Second one's dead. And the third one's dead. And we are going to take that path in just a minute, but before we do, first we're going to go to this corner over here, where we have a dead guy in an HEV suit. And in front of him are a couple of health packs, which I don't need, but they're nice to have just in case you do. And now we'll go ahead and take this path. But before we continue on across this narrow walkway here, first we're going to make another little pit stop and grab a couple items. The first of which being an ammo container, so I'll go ahead and reload all my weapons just to get the most out of it. And it has some pretty nice items in it. Atomic ammo and whatever the other stuff represents. And also over here, we have some health packs, which I don't need, but they're nice to have just in case you do. So we'll go ahead and go across this narrow walkway here. And then we'll go ahead and bash through these vines. And we enter into this little area, which is very difficult. So behind these vines here is a large spire. And whenever you bash through those vines, the spire will lower. And you're going to have to immediately hop onto it, and it will raise back up and lift you up into the sky. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, also up there are a ton of alien controllers. Yeah, remember alien controllers? Those flying fetus looking things, as my friend likes to call them. Yeah. They are very annoying, and there are a ton of them up there. So what I like to do is once I bash through the vines, I take out the glue-on gun and use all the ammo it has dealing with them. So let's do this. Take out the glue-on gun. And then as soon as it gets down to your level, immediately hop onto it, because you never know when it's going to go back up. It's like random for some reason. And then immediately start firing at all the alien controllers. And trust me, there are more than that. They are constantly spawning in. And once I run out of ammo for the glue-on gun, I like to start using the Magnum. Come on. There. Yeah. The hardest part about that, honestly, is not only the fact that you could easily fall off of this and die, but also the fact that because you have so little room to move around here without falling, there's no way to dodge their attacks. You either have to kill them before they get to attack you, or just sit there and take it, which really sucks. But anyway, not only was that extremely difficult, but also, they never really stop spawning in. They actually come in waves, so you gotta get this done pretty quickly before the next wave shows up. And this whole time I'm gonna have my... See? Come on. Jeez, finally. And this whole time, while I'm navigating this area, I'm gonna have the Magnum out just to deal with them. Anyway, what we've got to do from here is navigate the rotating platforms that are rotating around the spires here, and eventually get to that large platform there. And then from there, we're going to hitch a ride on one of these stingrays. I don't think that's actually what they're called, but I like to call them that. Alien aircrafts, if you will. And then ride the stingray over to that platform with the teleporter on it. And then, of course, we'll take the teleporter to the next area of Zen. So, let's do this. Once again, I'll have the Magnum out. And the first platform we're going to land on is the one rotating around the spire. And we'll just run to it. And there's an alien controller. Dead. Anyway, the next platform we're going to land on is the higher of the two rotating around that spire. So that one. So just run off to it. And then the next platform will be the lower of the two rotating around the spire. And all you have to do for this one is just crouch and fall onto it. Like so. Now, the next platform is going to be the higher of the two rotating around that spire. And the thing is, you can actually run to that platform and land on it. But it is extremely difficult. So what I'm going to do is before I attempt that, I'm gonna quick save. And I'll quick save right here, just because. And I'll go ahead and cut out this waiting time, because you don't need to see that. Right, I'm gonna get on the corner here. I'm really bad at guessing where I need to be, and then just run off to it. No! Oh, I made it! On my second try. Anyway, the next platform we're going to land on is the lower of the two circling around the spire. And I just missed my chance, so once again I'll cut out this footage of me waiting. And once again, all you have to do for this one is just crouch down and fall onto it. And then finally we'll land on that platform there. And I'll reload all my weapons just because I want to get the most out of that ammo canister. And then we'll grab the ammo canister once we've landed onto it. Oh crap, there goes our ride. Jump. And then, from here, I just like to use the Magnum to kill all the Vortigaunts firing at me on the ground. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this. It's kind of hard to shoot and talk at the same time. And then, once you get close enough to it, you're going to want to jump off onto that platform. Because if you go too far on this thing, yeah, it'll disappear. And you don't want to chance it, so I like to just jump off as soon as I'm close enough to land on the platform. Anyway, let's go ahead and take this teleporter. So long, Vortigaunts, Alien Controllers, and whatnot. I will not miss you whatsoever. And the Gatekeeper just said to Gordon telepathically, "Die, you all die, you all die." Creepy. Anyway, we emerge from the teleporter in this large cave here. And it's only lit by these 3 plant lights. And also behind the teleporter here, and this is very easy to miss, there are a couple of armor batteries. And I know it only looks like 1, but there are actually 2 there, believe it or not. Here, I'll prove it to you. See? Pretty cool, right? Anyway, also over here, behind this dead guy in an HEV suit, we have another armor battery, which is really nice to have. Also, something I noticed about these guys when I was doing my practice runs is when they're laying on their backs like this, you can actually see on their back there is a Valve logo on the HEV suit, which is really cool. And if you don't know, Valve is the company that made these games. Anyway, let's go ahead and emerge from the cave. Would you just look at that view? So beautiful, isn't it? Just love that. Well, I was trying to make a joke here, you stupid tentacle. I was gonna come out of the cave and say, "Oh, would you look at that view?" And then I'd look over at you, and I'd say, "Oh God," but you had to ruin it, didn't you, because you were late. God! It's almost like an alien and he can't understand English. Jeez. Anyway, yeah. You remember the tentacles from Blast Pit? Well, there's another one here. But we don't have a test fire rocket engine to kill him, and they don't get hurt by conventional means of weaponry. So what are we supposed to do about him? Well, if you remember, these guys, as far as I'm aware, cannot see at all. They have a very acute sense of hearing, but they cannot see. So, if we just crouch down and be very quiet, we won't even have to worry about him. So, we'll just continue on. So we'll go around these rocks here, and would you look at that? Looks like a black hole is about to swallow Zen. That's terrifying and at the same time also a great piece of atmosphere. Anyway, we'll go under this large spire, and we come to this area. Now, our objective right now is to get to that cave back there. Now, you can't see it because it's being blocked by the cave we emerged from, but it's back there, and it's in the direction I'm pointing. But if we just take this path, we will fall victim to this alarm system. You see these 2 large rods here? They don't look like much, but they're kind of like a tripwire alarm system. If you go past that point, they will not only alert, some stingrays to fly around and not only patrol the area, but they will also drop reinforcements for these guys. Yep, 2 alien grunts that will be ready to pelt you with hornets once you cross past that point. So how are we supposed to get over there? Well, I actually have another way, but I'll show you in a minute. Before that though, I want to show you this. Would you look at that? There are a couple of strange machines that are being either operated by or tended to by these Vortigaunts. And it looks like they're either pumping something into the ground or drawing it out. Or they could be doing something completely different. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you, and now I'll show you that different route. We're gonna take a bit of a stealth route here, or stealth route, however you want to say it. And I believe this route was discovered by Marfy Black on YouTube, Marfidimus Blackimus. I don't know if it was actually discovered by him, but I know that's who I learned it from. So make sure you go check out his video on the stealth route. It's really cool. Marfidimus Blackimus on YouTube. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. But anyway, what you need to do is first hop onto these rocks and then hop off the rocks onto the cave. And continue crouch walking, by the way. And do you see that large hole in the wall behind the tentacle? Well, that's a tunnel. So what you're gonna want to do is a long jump to it. Whew, almost fell there, but I made it inside. Nice. So we'll just continue crouch walking through the cave. And we come to this large area where we have a large health pool. So let's go ahead and heal up. And I'm back to full health. But also in here are a couple of barnacles. And just for fun, we'll go ahead and kill them with the crowbar. And I know they are a bit high up to be killing with the crowbar, but not only when we fall do we have a waterbed to cushion the fall, but also, even if we do take damage... I'm sorry, I can't talk today, as with most days. But also, if we do take damage from the fall, this is a health pool. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and kill them. And they're both dead. And we will continue on in a minute, but first I want to show you guys something. Look at this weird waterfall. You know how on Earth most waterfalls happen when water is like falling over a cliff or a ledge of some kind, falling over something. Well, here in Zen, waterfalls instead shoot through a giant rock tube. That's so strange and really emphasizes that you're on an alien or in an alien dimension. And it's really just a great piece of atmosphere in my opinion. But anyway, we'll go ahead and continue on. So, we'll hop up onto this ledge and continue crouch walking through the tunnel. And what do you know? We emerge in the cave that we wanted to get to. And look at that. The alien grunts have noticed, but they can't do anything because I've already bypassed them. What do you think about that, alien grunts? I'm sorry, that's just something I do. Anyway, we will go ahead and continue on down the tunnel, or the cave, that way in a minute. But before we do that, there's an awesome little hidden area I want to show you guys. And make sure you don't miss this. It's very easy to miss. But anyway, what you're going to want to do is hop up onto this little rock ramp here. And then just walk up it and jump up if you need to. Up here, because this is kind of hard to get up. Come on. Come on! Probably have to cut this out if this takes any longer. I did this in practice runs. Why is this taking so long? I swear to God, if I have to rocket jump up there, I will. Oh, there we go. I made it. Anyway, look at this. This is an awesome secret area. Rockets, atomic ammo, health packs, armor battery. It's awesome. And it's all in front of this poor dead HEV suit guy. Sorry I stole your stuff, but I guess since you're dead you don't really care. Anyway, yeah, that's an awesome little secret area that you're definitely going to want to visit before you proceed down the rest of the cave, if you need the items, of course. Do you hear that? Sounds like it's coming from over there. You guys may not be able to hear it, but I can with my headphones on. It's kind of like a strange breathing. Whatever, it's probably nothing. Anyway, we'll go ahead and go back down the ramp. And now we'll continue on down the rest of the cave here. What the heck? There's something inside the cave. Can't really make the full thing out, though. Maybe if I just jump up here, I'll be able to see it better. Oh God! It's a gargantua! Run! Immediately hop back into the tunnel you came out of. To hide from him. Well, we hid in the tunnel, and that tricked him into thinking we went outside. So just slowly crouch walk by him, and then once you get to about here, run for your life into the part of the cave he came from, and into this hole in the wall. There's some pretty cool items in here, but they don't matter. Just be quiet, and try not to disturb him. We tricked him once again, and as soon as he starts running like that, run by him and jump in the cave here. Oh God, he heard me, or saw me, or something. Okay, then. He's not leaving. But that's okay, because I think we bypassed him. Oh God. Okay, I wasn't planning on this to happen, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Just jump to this rock, and then jump on that ledge. Haha, we're finally safe from him. That's what you get for being stupid, Gargantua. Oh, you really think that's gonna affect me? I'm like 20 feet away from you, and that was blocked by a rock, you idiot. Anyway, let's continue on being safe and... Oh, yes, of course. This makes perfect sense. Yep. The boys are back in town. Now, once again, we don't have anything to kill them with. But once again, they can't see. They can only hear. So if we remain quiet, we can bypass them very easily. So just crouch walk around here. And then fall down onto that rock. They're gonna hear that, so immediately run past and behind this rock. And then fall down here. And we have some pretty cool items down here. Some grenades, which I don't need, but are nice to have just in case you do. Jeez, I nearly went off there. And an armor battery, which is also nice to have, but I don't need it, so yeah. Anyway, we'll continue on. So we'll hop back up these rocks, and then on this one. And then we'll just crouch walk along this narrow walkway here. And we have an armor battery, which is nice to have, but I don't need it, so yeah. And also, I'm assuming there would have been an HEV suit guy here, but honestly, this blood splatter is probably all that's left of him after these guys dealt with him. Jeez. Anyway, we'll continue along the narrow walkway here. And yes, down there is another pit that has a tentacle in it, but if you crouch walk and don't disturb him, he won't bother you. So we'll just continue on. Whew, and we finally made it past them. That section is extremely nerve-wracking, for me at least. Anyway, so we'll continue on, and we'll go down this little bottleneck path, as I like to call it, because it kind of gets enclosed around here. And we come to this area. Yes, there's the teleporter, the thing we need to proceed on to the next area of this chapter. But if you look, it's being guarded by 2 alien grunts. Man, I don't want to mess up my stealth route. What am I gonna do? Well, alien grunts can also fall victim to sound. So, we'll take out a satchel charge and throw it about right here. And then we'll back up and stand about right here, and then detonate it. They'll be distracted by it, and then you can just slip on right on by them. And then once you get past this rock, run and take the portal, or the teleporter. Well, now what the Gatekeeper just said there is a little bit of a mystery. Not as in it being cryptic, I mean all of them are, but as in what he actually said. Because according to the Combine Overwiki, he said not you alone, or alone, not you alone, not you alone. But according to the Half-Life Fandom Wiki, he said aren't you alone, or alone, aren't you alone, aren't you alone. We don't really know, but either way I don't really understand it, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, as you can see, we emerge from the teleporter in this large underground area, and in here are also some broken versions of those machines that we saw the Vortigaunts tending to in the last area. Well, maybe we'll find out what they do here. So, let's go ahead and walk down this hallway. And we come to this area, where we see that some Vortigaunts are either, well, they can't be operating them. They're like tending to the manufacturing of these barrels or canisters or maybe even eggs. I don't really know. So that's what those machines do. They have some part in the manufacturing of these barrels. Well, that's one question answered. But another one I have is, what the heck? Why am I not dying right now? Why are they not shooting me or electrocuting me? Well, I actually have a theory for that, which I'm not going to get into in this video because it requires a lot of other background knowledge. But I'll explain all that background knowledge in the same video. It's a discussion video that's going to come after this series is over, which is very soon, by the way. But anyway, yeah, unless you attack or provoke in any way the Vortigaunts in this area, they will not attack you. And because they won't attack me, I'm not going to attack them. So, let's go ahead and continue on. Now, our eventual goal in this area is to get to that conveyor belt there and ride it into that area to get to the next area. So what we're going to do first is take this very strange lift up to that platform there. And then we'll hop off here. And what is that? Well, let's go back here. And we see this strange machine. Let's step inside. Well, as you may have seen, my health went back up to 100. Which means that this is kind of like the Zen factory version of a health pool or even a first aid machine back on Earth. Which is really cool, and will come in really handy through this area. But anyway, we'll continue on out of here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna ride on the top of this lift up to that... Oh god. I don't know why this always happens, but they eventually end up getting ticked at me for some reason. I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but something happens. And he's not mad at me anymore, but another one is. What the heck? What did I do to you guys? Come on. Okay, so I'm just gonna be quick and go ahead and take that lift. Oh god. Come on. I don't want to kill any of them because it causes even bigger problems for me. Anyway, land on that conveyor belt, but then go to this connect... You know what? Never mind. They're not bothering me. Anyway, go across this connecting piece, and then hop onto this conveyor belt. And then ride it all the way up to this point. Then crouch and fall down onto the edge of this little, like, acid bath. But anyway, you falling down there will trigger an alarm, so immediately fall off and run to this corner here. And then take out the Magnum to deal with the Alien Controller and the Vortigaunt. Alien Controller's dead, and the Vortigaunt's dead. Anyway, I've seen enough of these barrels by now, which I guess this kind of gray barrel is one that's went through that acid bath. Anyway, I've seen enough of these guys now that I'm getting curious as to what's inside of them. So, we'll take out a satchel charge, lay it in front of it, back up, and detonate. Well, you couldn't really see what was inside that, but what was inside of it was, believe it or not, an alien grunt. Yeah, an alien grunt. Which means that these are not natural enemies. These are manufactured in a factory like this. This may be the only factory in Zen. By the Vortigaunts. So they're basically like sending out their own army. Which is crazy. Or like they're manufacturing their own army, I mean. Which is just absolutely insane. Anyway, we'll go ahead and continue on. And now our objective for this whole area is to eventually take enough lifts, walk across enough walkways, and eventually get up to that level up there so we can move on to the next area. But before we take this lift up, first, we're going to explore a couple areas, because there are a couple things I want to show you. First of all, is over here, in this area. And the first thing we're going to do here is use the Magnum to kill an alien controller. Just like bull squids, show no mercy with alien controllers. They don't deserve it. And the second thing in this area is an ammo container. So, we'll go ahead and reload, just so I can get the most out of it. Oh. I reloaded everything, and it just had some atomic ammo inside of it. Yeah. Anyway. And the third thing I want to show you in here is, once again, one of these large first aid machines. So let's use it. And I'm back to full health, so we'll go ahead and exit this whole area. But before we take the platform there, for some reason I keep wanting to say hoverboard, I don't know why. Once again, we have another area to explore. This small, dark alcove over here. It's very easy to miss, but it has a couple of really cool items in it. Yeah. In front of this dead HEV suit guy are a couple of armor batteries, which are starting to be really valuable, so make sure you grab them. And my hair is on my face. Anyway, we'll go ahead and continue on out of this alcove, and finally, we'll go ahead and take this, lift up. I keep wanting to say hoverboard or platform. And we're gonna take out the Magnum, because... well, where is he? Well, he just left. Usually, there is a Vortigaunt right there. Well, what the heck? Well, okay then, I guess I'll just continue on. So what we're gonna do from here is cross over... oh, there he comes. Yep, cross over the conveyor belt there and kill that Vortigaunt, which I've already done. So now we'll continue walking down this way of the conveyor belt. And then, once that one goes by, cross over and hide in this corner. And then take out the crossbow. Because in here are a ton, and I mean a ton, of alien controllers and Vortigaunts. So, let's just go ahead and do this. Ooh, that was cool. Stop moving. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot here. There's just a lot of enemies in this area. How am I missing? I'm not blaming the game, I'm saying, like, how am I so bad at this? Anyway, we'll go ahead. I believe that's all of them, so we'll go ahead and continue into this. Oh, no it's not. Just die. Thank you very much. Anyway, we'll go ahead and continue into this area, because I believe that's all of them. But a couple may spawn in, so I'll just keep the crossbow out. We'll go across this walkway, up this ramp, and then from here, I'm gonna take out the Magnum, because around this corner is a Vortigaunt. And we're gonna keep the Magnum out, because past these kind of, whatever that motion is, spire things, is another Vortigaunt. There you are, you finally decided to show yourself. that was the Vortigaun I was talking about that was supposed to be up here. Anyway, then, we're gonna go ahead and take this lift up to that level. And then hop off, and we finally made it to the level we wanted. So now we're gonna go across here, and this next area is not the hardest in the game, not the second hardest, but the third hardest. It is extremely hard. Basically, the whole thing is there are just a ton of alien controllers and a ton of Vortigaunts in this room. But also, accompanied with that, are a ton of alien grunt canisters. Meaning, if you accidentally shoot one of them, alien grunt you gotta deal with. Or, if they destroy them, alien grunt you gotta deal with. So, basically you've just gotta kill every enemy as fast as you can, and be as accurate as you can so you don't accidentally hit one. So, let's do this. First 3 are dead. And behind this canister is a Vortigaunt, not an alien controller. And also behind this canister are 3 laser trip mines, which I don't need right now, but I will later. So, keep them in mind. Come on, show yourself, controller. We all know you're there. He was on my level, and I almost wanted to go over there and beat his little face in with the crowbar, but, you know, it'd be kind of unnecessary, I guess. And they're all dead. But yeah, you can just see how, like, my gameplay has been brought to a crawl because of this chapter in general. It is extremely hard, especially if you're playing on hard mode. Like, I'm playing on medium, or normal right now. Yeah. Anyway, over here, where the alien controller came out of, are a few satchel charges. Which, I only needed a couple right now, but keep this in mind as well as that area with the laser trip mines back there, because you're gonna want to come back to this and get some of these again. Also, over here in this corner are a few submachine gun... Why did I say it like that? A few machine gun, grenades. I can't talk today because of this chapter, but I hope this walkthrough still does help some people. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and proceed on into this room, and we're gonna take out the crossbow, because... yeah, alien controller. Anyway, we'll continue on and... oh, crap. Yep. In front of us right now are 2 alien grunt canisters that are blocking our path, meaning we're gonna have to destroy these and deal with the alien grunts inside. And here are where the satchel charges and the laser trip mines come into effect. So what we're gonna do is lay down a satchel charge about right there, and then place 3 laser trip mines in front of the canisters, like so. And then back up and detonate. Oh, well, looks like I didn't even need the laser trip mines there, but they do come in handy just in case both alien grunts don't die. So I guess I'll just go ahead and do this. There we go. Anyway, now that we've used the satchel charges and the laser trip mines, we're gonna go back here and grab a satchel charge, and go all the way back here and grab 3 laser trip mines, which is the exact amount I used. So that's really nice. Anyway, we'll continue back through here. And now we're gonna crouch down, take out the crossbow, because in here are 2 more alien controllers. Yeah, because we needed more of them. I mean, people were just begging, weren't they? And then, finally, we'll take out the shotgun and bull rush 2 Vortigaunts in this room, while trying to avoid destroying the alien grunt canisters. And also, in the corner over here, is an ammo container. But it is like no other ammo container in the fact that it has a ton of awesome, useful ammo in it. So make sure you grab it if you need it, which I'm willing to bet you do. And then finally we'll go ahead and step into this Zen first aid machine. I still don't know what to call these, honestly. And now we'll go ahead and travel through this weird ventilation system. I don't really know if that's what it is, but it kind of looks like it. So just crouch walk and crawl through one of the 3 entrances. Doesn't really matter which one, because they all lead to the same place. But personally, I like to take this one just because it's closer to my destination. And then we come to 3 levels of bars in this little vent shaft thing. So just fall onto them. And it doesn't matter which bars specifically you fall onto, as long as you're falling from level to level, so you don't take any damage. And then we can stand up and breathe in here for a minute. I'm sure Gordon probably has to straighten his back out a little bit now after crawling that much. And then start crawling again. Okay. I'm just gonna say a quick prayer because this is the 2nd hardest area in the entire game. Second only to the final boss fight with the Gatekeeper, that is, by the way. Yeah, it's that hard. And I can't describe it all to you because there is so much. So I'm just gonna tell you to take out the glue-on gun. And personally, I like to take the right path because it's, or the right exit because it's closer to my destination. So as soon as you hop out, immediately run to the right and hide behind this large pole or supporting beam, whatever. And then take out the glue-on gun and use it to kill all of the alien controllers in this area. There's 3 of them. Where's the 3rd one? There you are. Did I tell you guys, by the way, that alien controllers are my least favorite enemy in this entire game? Yeah, I hate them more than I hate bull squids. Anyway, now that they're all dead, what we need to do in this area is navigate and ride all of the lifts in this area until we eventually make our way up to there. That huge portal. And we're gonna take it to the next area of Zen. Yeah. So let's do this. Take out the shotgun and immediately run to the other side of this area. Hide behind this large support beam, and then after they've fired, go ahead and kill them with the shotgun. That guy just kind of sat there and took it. And then, once I reloaded, I take out the Magnum and rush down this hall. Kill both of the Vortigaunts with it, and then hop into the first aid machine if you need to. And then go back down this hall thing. And then kill the Vortigaunt on the platform, on the... Oh god. What the heck? Where is he firing from? I'm confused right now, if you are too, by the way, so... Got him. Oh, that's what I was forgetting to do. When I practiced, I always killed the Vortigaunts on these platforms. I forgot this time. Sorry about that, guys, but just... Once you've killed all the alien controllers, use the Magnum to kill all the Vortigaunts you can on these, lifts. Anyway, what we're gonna do is hop onto this lift and take it up to there. Keep the Magnum out, by the way, because I'm gonna want to jump off and kill the 2 Vortigaunts up here. And then run over here and then take out the crossbow, because another wave of alien controllers will come out of that portal. You don't have to use the crossbow, I just like using it. I don't know why. And they're all dead. So now we'll go ahead and keep the crossbow out, and then we'll take this lift. And this one is extremely fast, by the way. I mean, once it comes down, it's only down for a second, so jump on it as soon as it comes down. Like so. And then, once it goes up, immediately jump off. And then hide back here, because of course, we can never do without some alien controllers in our life. Aw, crap, I'm out of ammo for this thing. Guess I'll go ahead and switch to the Magnum then. I'm almost out of ammo for this thing too, though. Die. And now that they're all dead, we'll use the Magnum to kill this Vortigaunt on the lift there. And this is the final lift, guys. Let's do this. Hop onto the lift and let it carry you up to the portal. This is it, guys. Let's jump in this portal. The Gatekeeper just said to Gordon, "The last. I am the last." So what we need to do here is just navigate these floating platforms until we eventually get to this large platform with the portal to the Gatekeeper's chamber. Oh, sorry, I hit my mouse. With the portal to the Gatekeeper's chamber. Yeah, that last portal wasn't the portal to his chamber. This one is. It's almost like they're giving you a second chance to turn back now. But I'm not about to come this far and turn back now. So I'll see you guys next time when we kill this thing. Bye-bye.